Okay, so this morning we're going to look at Prodigy game to see how it can help you in the classroom. Let's go ahead and open up a browser, type in Prodigy game. Here it is. Okay, now this is not the place I want to be, so if you get here, let's go back to the website. Okay, and go to get your free account because I'm trying to do this from scratch as if I have never used it before. I'm going to use my maiden name here to get set up. And I am a teacher. Let's create an account. Ta-da! Welcome to Prodigy. We are in the United States and you can select anything that you want. In this box you can just use the Prodigy. I went down to Teaks just because I thought it was an easy way to get going. If you type in Levine Academy, it should pop right up and you can set your school. Okay, so let's create our first classroom. So Louise's test classroom, and let's say I'm teaching 3rd grade again. Okay, sounds good. Once you add your students, give them the Prodigy playtime, you'll see how they're progressing. Yes, they already have accounts. No, they need new accounts. I chose this last year because I thought it was easier, especially with the younger kids, that you could just have a spreadsheet where they all got their information and could log in via you. Now, some of my kids did have their existing Prodigy accounts, so I was able to merge those successfully, and it was not that difficult, and I would be happy to help anyone that needs that assistance. Let's see. So, creating accounts. Let's see, Sally, student. Create. You can download these setup instructions that are pretty cool. Finished. Let's see. So here's Sally. You could print this out and give this directly to Sally. And the second page here, you could send home in a folder so the parent would have all of the information if they wanted to practice at home. Now if you go to your dashboard, but let's be, okay. So here are your classrooms. If you're an upper level teacher, you could add several sections. Under students, you can drill into a particular student and look at their login information. You can, this is the fun part, assignments, quiz them on a set of skills, plans that align to a standard. I didn't really use these last year, but the assignments, quiz them on a set of skills was great. And what I would do is look through my units and be like, okay, let's see, in everyday math, this week we're learning about fractions, and we're starting to learn about comparing and dividing fractions, and we're going to touch on equivalent fractions, okay? And I could go through and say, ooh, we haven't covered fraction strips, so I'm going to take that out, okay? So next, total number of questions, 33. I think it lets you go up to 50. Sally. Now choose the start and end date. And this is for this week, this unit that we're covering. But if you were only doing it in 4 days or 5 days, you could create whatever time block that you wanted for them to work on it. Okay, so when Sally logs in and she goes to work on her assignment, she is going to be working on these particular skills that you have assigned her. And you can also see who got correct answers, incorrect. You can go down and see which questions in general most of the kids were struggling on in your class. You can actually sort it by struggling questions. Very useful information, and it's really easy to target specific skills, especially overall, like at the beginning of the year, if you take just an assessment to see what they retained and what their weak spots are, and you say, oh, well, these kids really need some extra practice with subtraction, you could start them right off the bat and input subtraction problems into the program so they could get started practicing. So I really enjoyed it. It's an invaluable tool, and I suggest you play with it for your class. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something.